Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. Info about USA. Today the topic is very important. American Revolution War Part 3. So please comment, like, subscribe my channel. Let's start today topic. American Revolution War Part 3. War part of the wider global conflict known as the Seven-Year War ended with the 1763 Peace of Paris, which expelled French from its position in New France, equation to territories in Atlantic Canada and West Florida, inhabited largely by France or Spanish speaking Catholic, led the British authorities to consolidate their hold by populating them with English speaking settlers, preventing conflict between settlers and Native Americans tribes west of the Appalachian Mountain would also avoid the cost of expensive military occupation. The Proclamation line of 1763 was designed to achieve these aims by reinforcing colonial expansion north into Nova Scotia and south into Florida, with the Mississippi River as the dividing line between British and Spanish possessions in the Americas. Settlement beyond the 1763 limits was tightly restricted, while claims by individual colonies west of this line were rescinded, most significantly Virginia and Mescalero, who argued their boundaries extended from Atlantic to the Pacific. Ultimately, the vast exchange of territory destabilized existing alliance and trade networks between settler and Native Americans in the West, while it's proved impossible to prevent encroachment beyond the Proclamation line, with the exception of Virginia and others deprived of their rights in the western land. The colonial legislation generally agreed on the principle of boundaries but disagreed on where to set them, while many settlers resented the restriction since enforcement required permanent garrison along the frontier. It led to increasingly bitter disputes over who should pay for them. Taxation and legislation, although directly administered by Crown acting through a local governor, the colonies were largely governed by native-born property owner, while external affairs were managed by London. Colonial militia were funded locally, but with the ending of the French threat in 1763, the legislature expected less taxation, not more. At the same time, the huge debt incurred by the 7 Years' War and demands from British taxpayers for cut in government expenditure meant Parliament expected the colonies for expenditure meant Parliament expected the colonies to fund their own defense. The 1763 to 1765 Colonial Ministry instructed the Royal Navy to stop the trade of smuggled goods and enforce custom duties lived in American ports. The most important was the 1733 Molasses Act, routinely ignored prior to 1763. It had a significant economic impact since 85% of New England rum exports were manufactured from imported molasses. These measures were followed by Sugar Act and Stamp Act, which imposed additional taxes on the colonies to pay for defending the western frontier. In July 1765, the Whigs formed the first Rockingham Ministry, which repealed the Stamp Act and reduced tax on foreign molasses to help the New England economy, but reasserted parliamentary authority in the declaratory. However, this did little to end the discontent in 1768. So friends, today my topic comes to an end. We will meet next time with new topic. So at that time, please subscribe, comment, share, like my channel.